I gotta. I also I have to pee, so
We'll
I gotta
definitely
go
do
get
that
Laura.
because we know what happens to the thought processes if that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Why is that the first thing? Like literally, like when I come in here, I'm like, do I have to pee? Like I'm gonna have to pee.
You know, that actually, when I got your text, that was the first thing I thought was like, oh, I better go pee.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, show me your art.
Oh, that's like Jamie, we haven't like officially met,
Yeah,
video met.
yeah. I know. I
It's so
know.
good to see
Nice
you.
to meet you. I know, dude.
Hey,
So, here, let me,
You're like,
so this is how
um,
we do video. This is how we do video hugs. Like
okay.
you're squeezing the edge of the screen.
Anthony,
All the
I I'm actually.
this is you cannot teach that yoga.
Hey, here's Laura. I'm gonna go pee now.
Here's Laura. My lips are so dry. I'm not drinking enough water.
Now she's not coming. Well, she was.
What? Oh my God, how cute.
It's an alien and a
And a
unicorn
unicorn.
and a Sasquatch riding a Loch Ness monster.
That's a beautiful thing.
Here she comes. She's
In your
fully
water.
iced. She's ready to give us her thing. I'm gonna go to the bathroom
Laura,
real
what
quick.
happened?
Say hi, Laura.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Tell them what happened today.
Hi.
Hi,
How's it
what
going?
happened? Give us the scoop.
Well, I was at the computer for a good part of the day and I've had like an eye twitch that's been happening, like nonstop twitch, twitch, twitch. And when I think of certain stressful things, it immediately starts. And so I know, I know that stress can do that to you.
Yeah.
And I know that staring at a computer screen can do that to you. And so,
Yeah.
so I finished my homework and I was like, I want to go for a walk. And Anthony mentioned yesterday that he wanted to like go out and take pictures with our new phones, and I was like, we should do that. So I was like, let's go for a walk. And he like immediately started going like where we always go, which is straight to the park. And I was like, wait, I want to go a different way. So we went a different way. We went up and through the trees and by this little creek and like up the hill and then farther up the hill, and they've extended the road up there so we could walk farther on a sidewalk, and kept going up, and so it was like really like hill, 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 and we get up to the top and it's really quiet. I saw a red-tailed hawk from a good distance, but I think that it was at about the same altitude that we were, so that was kind of neat. And then as we were walking, we were at the top of the hill and we were going toward where we would start going down again. There was a very distinct great horned owl hoot.
Yeah, and yeah.
What time was this? How long
No,
ago?
well, here's the deal, Jamie. As this was going, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm going, I think we're gonna crest the hill at a 53 because I can see the house numbers. So I'm in between, like where there's like an empty space where
You were
30
looking for it, but it wasn't there.
it wasn't there because that's where it should be, but that's where the owl hoot came from. So I'm pulling my cell phone out and I'm turning it on record, but it hoots as I'm pulling it out.
It didn't hoot again.
Yeah, and it didn't hoot again. And then right, and then we come down the hill, right? And
Like how many hours? Like this was when?
just like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
And so, we all talked about yesterday about seeing a daytime. And I told you all that means I'm going to have one now because I haven't had one in a while. And that means I'm actually going to have one. We were specifically talking about a daytime one. And so then it happened, but that's not it, Jamie. That's not all. I got it.
But wait, there's more.
Well, wait, there's more. Okay, go ahead.
We have to find out the time of that. What if
Okay,
we
I
were
will.
filming at the same time? The same
Okay.
things today.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I'll look at my thing. I'll look at it.
So we went back down the hill and we went a different way down. We went down on the main road instead of going on the path that goes through the trees. And on that main road, there's a little free library. Do you guys have those? Do you know what those are?
Like a little house thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's one there. It's been there for a long time. Like we've walked past it a bazillion times. And of course, Anthony stops because he's like, I have to investigate everything now. And the number on the assigned number by the nonprofit for the little free library is 43153.
Right on the
course.
front of the box. Right on the
Of
front of the
course.
box.
So
Of course.
then when he opens it, he's like examining like what are the books that are in here. And the first book I saw was, well, the first author name I saw was Philip K. Dick. And so I was like, okay, that's sci-fi, a little giant sci-fi book in there, cool. And finally Anthony sees it and he's like, I have to take this one. And so we walk away from the little free library and then he's like, wait a minute, hey, what's today's date? And I was like, it's the 3rd of February.
Shut the fuck up. What the actual fuck is going on?
Dude, chapter three goes into
He's like,
450.
he's already in charge.
Chapter 3 goes into 453 and it's talking about December of 1978. And I have specific memories, specific childhood memories of December 1978. And so it's just very strange. This is just a very strange synchronicity within synchronicities. Now my thing's going up and it's more synchronicities.
Why did it do that?
Because I didn't turn it off. Because
accidentally touch it?
Yep, I have a moving desk. It does whatever.
Possessed.
Yeah, it does whatever it wants us to do. Because we like to have our podcast like right up to your face and
Right
then
up
like
to the
chest.
chin.
Yeah,
Bring
chest
it
high.
right up here.
Yeah,
Like,
and sometimes I bring the light.
Well, you know, it is about ascension, so it's about, or so they say.
Yeah,
Well, the dusk is ascending.
hey, that's
I'm going
Laura,
to get into it.
I have to point out, like, none of that would have happened. Not a single one of those things would have happened if Laura hadn't followed her inclination to go and insist on going her own way, which I think is the point of all of this, is that, you know, she did something new,
403.
she did something different, and so you're given these Easter eggs along the way to encourage you, yes, do more of that, explore new places, do new things.
That's exactly it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's
Or follow
show-
that little voice.
Yeah, so I know that to be true because when I went to New York City, that's when all of the insane synchronicities with like numbers, like go to Grand Central Station. The thing was 1553. Then I went to the pizza place and it was 753, and it was like, whoa, how could this even happen? But it's like, yeah, just follow the signals that the earth is giving you and be kind. And then it's going to reward you with some weird synchronicity.
Those items that I picked up yesterday cost
Yeah.
$5 and $5 and $3, and he was willing to hold it for 1 hour.
Yeah. Hey, remember? see that stuff's happening, Laura. Remember? She noticed at the Chick-fil-A, the
Chick-fil-A?
restaurant.
I
Yeah.
just ordered that for my kids. For
Okay.
dinner.
It changed names, right? And she's like, "Oh, what's Victoria's now?"
Victoria.
Yeah, yeah. And so I looked down, and in the console is a receipt from Fred Meyer's, not from that place, but it says that place on it. But that's not all. It has a 10% discount, a 50% discount, or a 30% discount written right there, looking right at me in this receipt that I just discarded in there. And it's like,
It's
whoa,
it's a cosmic wink, wink.
yes, like, and I'm wondering, is it changing right in front of us? Is it changing right in front of me?
Yeah, yeah.
I was there at 12:05 or yeah, 12:05 my time, I think is what it says.
Did
So
you
that-
have an owl experience
Oh,
today,
so
Jamie?
what did I just say? It
12:05.
was it, okay, I just said what did I say it was?
4:03.
403 here,
So
four oh
like
three here,
you're 2 hours behind. What time is it there right now? It's
1808.
It's 8:08 here.
So it's the same thing. We were having,
Because hers was at
We're off by like
12.
it. Yeah, 12:05 was mine. Or 12-ish. Hold on.
so
How
it's a-
long were we there? Let me look
so
at my
it's
very
2
last
hours
thing.
yeah, so 2 hours
You know,
different.
Did you see what I got from the birds today?
Wow,
Wow.
2 of them.
wow.
It was so awesome. I love those turkey vultures.
Mm-hmm.
But Shelly, I was thinking about you
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
whenever I was there
Yeah?
today. Yeah. So we got there at 11 and we got there. I started filming at 11:51 a.m. our time. And we left at we had quite the path today, actually. We left at 12:40-ish. So
I mean,
we're within an hour of each other, if that.
Yeah, and so
Red-tailed
more
hawk.
importantly, as you all know just as much as I do, we were talking about I haven't had one in a long time.
Long
You
time.
guys are talking about it. That means I'm gonna have one because I'm feeling it. And I was saying this yesterday. I'm feeling it. Now I'm gonna have one. And then I have one. So it's just like, holy moly, people. This is so incredible. Like your energy is like incredible. Like I can feel it through you, I guess. I can tell that it's coming. It's
Maybe
just
the
strange.
highway magic is bringing them.
well, I think
Yeah, highwayman.
that's the thing with collective consciousness, right? It's the example of the collective consciousness and how it works. And the more we play and dream together, the more we get examples of it appearing in our regular daily life. And so, could you imagine what it would look like if everyone was playing and dreaming together? Like, what kind of crazy shit could happen?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wonder
And
how far. I wonder how far and how deep it goes. Like, how much can you really shake shit up if you had, like a whole community that
With
was
mm,
Yeah. That would
having
be
and then
synchronicities together,
Yep.
and going, okay, let's intentionally like think about, can we bring about this kind of result, or can we bring about that kind of result, and really, and maybe move from play to a combination of but play with intentionality. Wise
yes.
children. Wise
Yes.
children.
It is fun.
And well, I think that isn't that you and I have talked a little bit in depth about that, and just like it's like learning how to play through our trauma, learning how to play through our insecurities, learning how to play through awakening to like it's really just this playful, joyful energy, creativeness, like, and then like really lifting each other up, like really just affirming each other, like understanding our journeys are so much the same.
They're
Like,
the same, but they're different at the same
yeah,
time. They're vastly different, but they're fundamentally the same.
yeah,
And learning how to create room for that with our realities merging with each other.
yeah, in a big
But it's
way.
one of those things where it's like it's super simple, but it's also complex. It's really it's not so I think the biggest thing is it's not so serious, but it's pretty serious. But it's not so serious. I mean, but it's pretty serious, but like
That's exactly
nonstop.
right. Yeah.
Right. And
And it's
when
kind
I try to when I try to think about the seriousness of it, I try to think about it like wrestling. I'm definitely going into the ring. I'm going to get into the ring. I'm going to run around the ring. I'm going to get myself warmed up. Then I'm going to go into the ring and I'm going to express myself in enough ways that I'm going to sway the consciousness of everyone around me that I won based on all of my actions. Everybody's going to agree that I won without actually defeating a person psychologically, without being aggressively, emotionally outbursting. We're going to agree that we're both going to put each other in submissive positions that could definitely hurt each other beyond, like really hurt each other. And we're also going to agree that we're not going to do that. Right. And so there's like, this is what we're doing right now. We're in this ring and we're dancing in this ring together of this and we're learning this energy is the way I understand it.
I can visually see
And
my
if
son
you don't-
doing this. When you're saying all this, I like have a visual picture of my son now. Whenever you say that.
Yeah. And it's just like the dance is the same. That's why a lot of the mythologies show dancing, because there's what you understand is that once the creative process is so intertwined, there is no real leader, because there's like everything's choreographed and then it's just like reacting to the little nuances, and the little nuances are the things that are like the magic of your connection of like I feel, so now I'm going to act or I'm going to move in this way, and it's not a obtrusive or hurty way. And
And that's,
and
I think, one of the things that, what you're observing about, you're using wrestling as an analogy, your connection between the experience of being a wrestler, being wrestled at, both literally wrestling and learning how to figuratively wrestle and metaphorically wrestle, all of that, is there's so many different opportunities and so many different ways to learn the lessons that you learned, like just in
Mhm.
our daily life, just by observing
Yes.
nature, right? So just
Mhm.
having the time to sit quietly outside and watch some ants or watch the wind blow, like there are lessons, exactly what you're talking about, that teach us that we don't do anymore because we're doing the 9 to 5 boxy thing. And so we haven't, I think part of it too is we don't have the genetic memory yet on how to figure out how to take that environment and do the same type of observation, because we're in survival mode, right? So even though we have the capability of taking this past experience of learning about our reality through observing nature, by rights, we should be able to take that and apply that to any environment that we're in. But you can't do that if you're in fight or flight. You can't do that if you're in survival mode.
Right.
So
That Go ahead.
that is all. That is all.
But
I have no-
it's exactly right, because that's what we know, like in social work and stages of change, and with older adults, people who go through like a severe disability process, they get put in a system where they start thinking about things that normally you might start thinking about at later in life, because your life status has changed, especially if you get set up where you're financially, your housing's taken care of, your food's taken care of, your mind automatically starts to drift into this the existential you, the what else is there, because it seems like this part of me is done, so what's at the next stage, and the next stage is the what happens when we're not here. And the people that are going into this younger, I often think about this my own, because that puts me in this target too of when I was um medically retired from the military. As I started thinking about, I immediately could understand, whoa, I am in a position in life of thinking differently than other. I remember thinking this, and I think in my journey that it's this, we're missing I think we're supposed to be there a lot earlier. We have stages of
Yeah.
where we're at. And I think that we should be like thinking about all of these existential things way much earlier and leading into a more prosperous, 30s and 40s and 50s, like a real awakened state.
I think it should be a fundamental way of thinking about things from coming in to this place. I think it used to be that way where, it's not a matter of like you have to learn these things. It's just naturally in your environment. It's being exampled and behaviored by your community because it's already their state of mind. It's just what you get to be born into. And that's the struggle, is that we all know that on some level, that is the environment that we're supposed to have been born in. And you get past all of like the anger and the system and whatever, but like that's the reality of it. That is the environment that we are supposed to be in. So how do we create it? We know that it's not this. How do we create the environment that's suited to what's inside of us so that we can so that our kids can come into the right environment and have a life that is that they don't have to struggle against so much.
Yeah.
They have a lot stacked against
Oh.
them. They really do. And it's like, if you think about it, all these like tax increases and everything throughout, if you just think about that, like what everyday people are thinking about, we've put that on our kids. Our parents put that on us. Their, grandparents put it on us. It was just deferring it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to put that on my kids. Like, fuck no. Because it's
So-
like even more than we had put on us, and people can't even buy houses like a little bit younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's it's bad. It's bad. And I had my children specifically to see what they were going to be. I had them, and I told them always, I had you for you. I had you for you to just, what are you going to be? I just want to see what you're going to be, because I think you're going to be something really awesome. And so that's what I want to support, is an environment where whatever it is that you are, you can be the fullest of that. And I tried to create that in an environment that I knew was going to squash the shit out of that, And so that's what
But
I
where,
would like. I
but
want a place where
where did that come from in you? How did you get that? What is, where is that coming from? Is that your culture? Is that your family heritage? Is that just a path you've chosen? I'm curious.
because I wasn't afforded that myself,
Mm, mm,
because
yeah.
I wasn't given that respect,
Yeah.
and so I, why wouldn't I? I mean, I didn't receive that. So,
Mhm.
and I know what that feels like. Of course, I would want to make sure that, that doesn't happen to anybody else if I can help it. And this I have a little bit more direct control over. And
Right.
so my kids were, but it's been a struggle raising them that way, having raised them that way, them being young adults now, because the consequence of that is that the environment is not suited to an individual not fitting into the system that's present.
Right.
It does everything it can to cattle herd you into very specific roles to serve the system. And if that system was beneficial and provided growth for us, great, but it doesn't. And so I knew that my kids were going to be smart enough at some point to figure this shit out. I might as well just let them know right off the bat that the system is,
Mm.
just to take a look at it, just to use critical thinking and take a look at it and see what you think.
Right.
Because
Right, and
I
I think
also wasn't trying to make little anarchists or anything like that. I just wanted them to be what they wanted to be.
Whatever they want to be.
yeah.
Mhm.
So well, tell me about I want to we want to know about what do you what do you teach? What are you doing with your hands? You have a special gift and you want to tell us we want to learn about some of your gifts or we'd like you to share some of your journey and whatever we need to know, you know, because I think you do have a special message and I think it would be neat to learn some stuff from you.
Well, what are you curious about?
Mm.
Because I
Well,
what
well,
are
yeah,
you curious about? Because honestly, okay, so here's the thing. It's about your journey, right? It's about your journey, Anthony, Jamie. It's about your journey, right? And obviously it's about mine too. You're asking me about mine, but what you really want to know is about yours. So what do you want to know?
mm. Well, I mean, as we're coming together in this energy field, we seem to be like resonating kind of on the same frequency. We're trying to find equilibrium and balance, but I've noticed that we're building momentum. We're we're connecting with other people that are having the same experiences, and so I'm curious, what
Or
does
at
that
least
feel like?
similar ones.
Yeah, like so, what does that feel like for you?
Relief.
Based on like what you know or what you've read or intuition
Ba-
or
Based on what I've already experienced. Based
yeah,
on so you know, clearly I've developed a certain perspective of our reality as being kind of an illusion and set up a certain way to maybe make uh use of our own resources of ourselves. And I've been navigating it best I can.
yeah,
And looking for opportunities to provide positive change and just waiting. I feel like I've just been waiting um, for when I thought my resources would be best used. Like
yeah,
I knew that trying to make some sort of change, I wasn't going to be able to do by myself. So why extend the energy? And I knew that it wasn't this is going to sound shitty, but I knew it wasn't going to be activism. I knew it wasn't going to be getting into politics. All of those things had already been tried and way better than I could ever imagine, and they hadn't worked. So I knew that wasn't the way to go. So I was just waiting. And I knew that it was going to involve more people somehow. And as things have gone along, it seems like people are having conversations about things that I've been thinking about all along. And they weren't having those conversations before. And it makes me really excited because to me, that looks like people waking up and joining the team. And that makes me feel relieved because I feel like I've been waiting for a long time for um, for the for the possibility for change, and this feels like that. Because I mean, like I never would have thought that I'd be sitting here having a conversation with two so like-minded people, and
hmm
I'm standing here having this conversation with them, knowing that there's like so many more,
right,
and I just feel relieved. I just feel relieved. Like I'm not alone.
right, and
Every day I'm seeing more and more the example of the collective consciousness and how deep it really goes, and not just between us but like out there too, and that's super exciting.
and that's one of the personally most exciting parts of this journey is I've started to be able to share and also have other people's journey shared with me the intimate parts of their journey even, and they're like telling me, and then we're sharing things together, and it's like, holy moly, wow, they can see the same things I can see. This is really strange. Holy moly. Really? And then, see the emotional response, feel the emotional responses.
Yeah.
Holy cow, this is real. This is like, um, this is for me, I'm awakening and finding, like people who studied certain things or modalities for a long time, and they are like seem to be like indicative of what you're talking about. There's a circle of people that are getting excited about an energy that's building of love.
And I think what's really interesting is that, like, everybody's experience of this transition that we seem to be making, it's so diverse. It's so varied and so nuanced and so unique to the
Mhm.
frequency of the individual that it's just, that's the other thing. It's also really fascinating to watch, to see all the bits and pieces of things that I've collected over the years, as far as like thoughts about how the way the universe works, and various little insights that I've thought I had, but now I understand was actually just hooking into something for a second. But getting to see how everything fits together, like, that's super fun and exciting. Because I think, I haven't had, like, I've seen all these things, and I've put them together and I've shared with other people, and you get the, oh, you're crazy, crazy, crazy. But then to do that now and have other people see it and go, oh yeah, no, that feels like truth here.
Mhm.
That's part of the relief of, like,
Right.
I'm not alone in experiencing reality this way. Whereas before I felt like I was alone in experiencing reality this way. And so I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to do the best I can to go along and just kind of pretend that reality's this when I really feel like it's that, and just keep trudging along until something changes.
Right. And I think I feel like in my part, I'm like this person that is like the in-between person of like I've had this awakening experience. It's just like everyone else. It's different and it's
Mhm.
the same, it's an awakening experience. And then I think, well, my awakening experience was very much tied to some like stuff I saw on television. And to me, I just wanted to study like the military side of it. But I very quickly understood that, hey, wait a second, these people are talking about stuff from like that I had stuff in my childhood. And then that stuff's more like when I talk to people like you or Jamie, that stuff's more like what you guys have experienced or told me about, or I've heard other people talk about. And so it only has affirmed that maybe I have already been just a lifetime experiencer of some sort of
Yes.
weird phenomena. And because I have those, and because I've chosen to like align with people that have like seemed to like have similar experiences, it seems like I'm able to say, wait a second, government, CIA, FBI files. It's like that's you, man. That's the same stuff you're experiencing. That's really weird. But they studied that, and then it does get to me. It gets exciting because then I know that must be real, and then that must mean that this person standing next to me is real too. And I'm going, holy cow, this is crazo, right? And then
Yeah.
at the same time, I think we're learning that if we talk about certain things happen. Like owl, we were just the owl experience, but it goes beyond that. We are
So
all beyond that experience.
I think that's sort of the thing that is one of the things that we're all kind of like maybe little curious to see how it plays out, right, is that there is a paranormal aspect to what's going on. And so people are going to have a hard time with that. Because I think a lot of people have had these types of experiences where they've convinced themselves that it's, overactive imagination, or I watched that one movie that one time and that's what it was all about, or, I'd had too much to drink that night, or, whatever the things that we say to make ourselves feel more comfortable in the dark again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you think that layer or that veil will, do you think that will thin? Do you think that will, that we'll
yes.
know more about it? So we'll just know more
Yes.
about it, and so it won't be, maybe it won't be so weird.
Well, I think, yes, I think it's been getting inevitable, and it's going to continue get more undeniable that these things actually occur, that there are places and spaces where, and times where things can bleed through. In addition to, there are some individuals who are primed to pick up on something that is actually there all the time. We just don't notice it.
Mhm.
So, and I do also think that people can alter their physiology in a way, both through diet and lifestyle and attitude and whatnot, that changes how their body functions, changes essentially their frequency and what they can pick up on. And so I think all of those things are happening all at once right now. And it's I think some people are turning on, some spaces are getting thin, and it's all by design.
Yeah,
Or at least
totally.
that's what's going on in this reality over here in this little square box.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We definitely got some strange realities going on. And it seems like it's unfolding, and it just like, to me, I've always been an optimist, so I'm excited about it all. I don't feel
I think that's
anything strange.
I think that that's the whole point of why we're having this conversation, right? Because we can kind of see that things are going to go kind of that direction where more and more truth is going to be revealed, right? And so, how can we good citizens help the other good citizens? What can we do to help?
I think for me, I've been concentrating on, what is my part in this? How have I been prepared for this? And like, so I just think about in terms of like, well, it's important to be very vulnerable and also to be authentic with people. I believe we have to be realistic with people about, yeah, it's exactly what there's apparently really a lot of crazy stuff. The reality is that it's like dimensional phenomena, Bigfoot, UFO. It's like, gosh, it's really strange, people, and our government knows this. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's like freaking so many mythologies that any data scientist, I've been to very high level data school where they teach you about this stuff. Any data scientist would tell you, well, if we were to evaluate what's going on, just what the people are saying, just at that value. Well, is there instances in mythology? Well, yeah, then we should just act accordingly. We should just act accordingly. Get somebody that knows how to interpret macro level data and go, well, I think this is what happens. And I think that's what we're doing. That's what we've all kind of chosen to do, is like, well, it seems like this might be happening in a birthing process. For most of us that are on the positive timeline, it's like we're going through some chaotic time, but it's mother birthing process is what
What are
I
your
feel.
thoughts, Jamie? What are you thinking on this? What are your thoughts on this? When it comes to the topic of more truth coming to the surface and how the general population will respond, what do you think, or what do you think about when that topic comes up?
Well, when I started going through the process, like I just look at like all the things that I went through, right? And still go through. And like I feel like I've been like this part of it's been a part of my life for a long time. I've just like hidden it and then dipped and then hidden it. Like when they say you're crazy, I hide again. So like that
Yeah.
type of thing. So my concern would be for like I would just like I really hope that more people have like people they can go to, because I don't believe that that's necessarily a thing that a lot of people will do or know to do. So I hope by seeing more things like this, they will know to reach out and they will be like, hey, yeah, I saw this. I know it's a little bananas, but I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
I
talk
will
about it.
say that I've straight up started telling people, hey, things probably going to get sort of weird. And if they do and you have questions, just give me a holler.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
Yeah.
have
Because
all the answers.
I may not have answers for you, but you'll have someone to talk to. And I think that's for you to figure out what in the hell's going on. Because I don't know anybody else.
Right.
But I think we can reach out to each other and at the very least be like, you're not crazy. And this stuff looks and feels crazy, but it's not. Let's just take a breath together for a second.
Right? Because how many people have literally signed themselves up like because somebody told them they were crazy, when in reality, like they needed like spiritual help and guidance.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're taking them and putting them on pills. Right. Because we don't understand it as like a society, we don't understand it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
when you
yeah.
don't
And
understand things, it's like evil or it's scary or it's confusing, and you just like
Mhm.
people are talking about this, some of the stuff that is being seen right now is evil, like just so
Yeah.
hard stuck in that. And I'm like, think about what you're saying. If it was, why would you be here? Why would they care about you? If it was
Yeah.
evil, you'd be gone.
Yeah. So that's the hard part. That's the hard part for me to observe, is that I feel like we're letting out the dessert before the main meal. Like I feel like this whole disclosure thing is just happening so ass backwards. Like that's the ripple effect. That's the symptom. That's not the meat and potatoes of what we're really dealing with here, which is consciousness,
yes.
like
And
that's
that is exactly why you hear me nonstop talking, because I know that the craft, I already know that our government knows that, like the downcraft, or you touch them, they're conscious, these vehicles are conscious. Like that's just where the conversation is. And so us people that are like spiritual, we're like, oh, that means it's spiritual. Like that means that's spiritual. Like holy moly. So to
but
me,
not
I'm,
just spiritual, but down to the root of what
ooh,
spiritual means.
oh
Like,
God, yes.
like pawing through all of the different theologies that we've come up with to describe this one fundamental thing of how the universe works. And if we could get to that, then the rest of the shit falls in line. It just does. It just does.
Consciousness.
Because you have the basic understanding of how the fundamentals of how the universe works and how it ripples, blah, 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 and then you don't get a bee in your bonnet. There's no because there's no bee and there's no bonnet.
Well, let me. Speaking of bees and bonnets and stuff, I'm really excited about these fractals and like these hexagonal shapes and stuff. But I'm curious as to our journey. I think we need to discuss this. People think I hear a lot of people talking. They think we're somehow like trapped just because we're on this They think that we're on some sort of like cycle that we can't get out of, some loop. And you know, I know in my journey, whatever intersected with me, told me to think about, imagine things beyond what is written in mythologies. And so, but it also tells me that we are on some sort of spiritual training thing here. So how is that, what do you feel about this? Like, what is this thing that we're doing for you?
I think that the universe is creation and efficient creation, and that it's a toroidal field, and that we're doing this thing
Mm, mm,
all over it in all different sorts of ways, and that when we go boop, we have opportunities.
mm.
When we go through that center of the, and that is the cycle that we keep talking about over and over and over again, that we're just we're traveling through the universe. And when we hit this specific spot in the cosmic clock, we have opportunities. We have opportunities. And so we are being presented with a series of opportunities. And why it's a system that works like this is because it's about constant creation and constant evolution. Constant evolution is just a byproduct of creation to begin with.
Yeah.
And so it's just fractaling, exponential creation and growth. And we are a part of that. We're just one teeny tiny little itty bitty part of that. At least that's what I've been able to suss out so far. That might be different 5 minutes, years, centuries from now. Who knows? But I mean, to me, with everything that I've experienced and everything I've observed and what little I know about science and just observation of what seems to be the natural world, it's what makes sense to me. It's what makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the same repeating pattern that I've seen every single place I've ever looked, every single religion I've ever looked at, every single belief I've ever, it's this same repeating pattern over and over again. And it's the sunflower. It's the toroidal field.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
And as yeah, and so we're all awakening to like there's something really magical, but it's also kind of overwhelming too, because that means that we're like we're here to we're participating in like the Super Bowl. We're participating in the Super Bowl of
That's so
consciousness.
funny. I actually told somebody today that it is like the Super Bowl, because she was saying, "Did you know that there are like these kinds of aliens and these kinds of aliens, and
Yeah.
some of them are here to help us and some of them are here to hurt us and all these different things." And I just looked at her and I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of like the Super Bowl."
It is. We're in the darn Super Bowl, and it doesn't even matter. Like if you really think about, like, okay, this does seem to me. I have no problem because of my childhood experiences, my near-death experiences, and whatever I've experienced since my awakening to just understand there's really reoccurring things that go on. I have no problem with that. But to understand that like we are part of the Super Bowl, and that means that like even the crowd is a major part of this. The all of the shops outside of it, major part of it. All of the celebration around town, major part of it. The just so much to it, right? And we're part of that. It doesn't even matter. It's just occurring, and that's what is that it seems to be good. It seems to come when the good of all needs to be attended to. When the good of all needs to be tended to, this seems to happen.
Mm-hmm. For the good of the all, exactly. And yeah.
What if, and I would think, and I would say, if we were growing corn, if we were to grow corn, and we were, and we just grew fields of corn, and we killed every bird and everything that tried to come eat at it, everything. And we just let the corn just die. Would we have as much corn as if we just dispersed it and got it all out, or would it be we'd probably have reoccurring corn. It'd probably grow a lot of different places right in that real area, but if there was a forest fire, it wouldn't be dispersed at all. So it's important that we disperse I guess our energy is what I'm saying, and the
Mhm.
corn is like that. I don't know where else I went with that.
I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to plant seeds. You were trying to plant kernels of corn
You're trying to plant corn.
deep in the noggin, the fertile soil of the noggin.
You guys get me going. You make my mind dance nonstop, and I can't. It doesn't want to stop. It just keeps going. And then I know if we play around with it, we'll all center on something. We'll go like, "Oh no, it's this," and
Well, I think that's the thing is that like everyone's experience of this transition is going to be different. And as far as I think the thing is like you get to choose. I think when I keep saying, coming to that point is just all of these possibilities. Like I can't stress that enough. Like it is all of the possibilities. And so how it plays out is entirely up to you, and you get to choose moment by moment by moment by moment to make this transition as mundane or as scary or as magical as you want to.
Mhm.
So but the thing is that you are the one making it. So what does it hurt to play a little and see what happens? Just play a little and see what happens.
I was thinking about joining the pickleball league at the YMCA.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now that if you do that, that you just get yourself a massage now. Just do it. Just do it. Just get yourself a massage to save yourself the headache and the hip ache and the backache
So,
and the arm ache, and just go get a massage therapist.
so in between the pickleball and you need to get massages. Okay, I understand. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm just
Okay,
saying it looks like it's really like it's a real benign sport,
yeah,
but it's not.
yeah. It's got the big green energy coming in. Clutch.
Everybody plays pickleball now, I feel like.
I
It's
can
everywhere.
tell you. I can tell you that it has quite penetrated my community.
Shit. I can't even live with that. I don't even know how to deal with that.
I don't
You
even know.
should you should see the forearms on these people.
Oh God, right.
You
Oh
guys
my
are funny.
God.
You guys are so funny.
What is that?
It's a big
Oh,
thing
wait.
that
Awesome. You have to make a video like that. Wait,
I
hold on.
should.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. But
Let
you
me
guys have
join
the
in on
same
that.
thing? I don't have one of those.
But wait, there's more.
It circles within It's circles. It's fractals within fractals. The vesicas within vesicas and the yonis within the diamonds. Something like that.
Hold on, I have a giant one. Well, it's not giant, but it's bigger. It's bigger.
That's what I said.
I have a whole
Holy,
bag.
what? Isn't that weird? Isn't that really weird that we have this? Isn't
How do
it
you
weird that,
both have
hey, if you know that if that would have been, if I would have saw that, I would have been all over it at your, I would have been I would have been playing with it at the fire.
That's awesome.
I have them for my art projects.
That's
Mhm.
funny. That is
That's why
really,
this one was actually sitting out over there.
I find that really funny. I didn't see it or anything, and it's really
You
real.
have no idea the amount of random shit that I have swirled away in this place would probably be shocking to you and keep you entertained for weeks on end with its intersects and its synchronicities and it's yeah. I'm like a squirrel or a crow. Nuts are shiny objects.
Oh boy.
I'm j- what?
Hey.
It's on a roll.
Hey, hey, you got that, you got that, you got that big, um, you got that big Zeus concrete energy going on over there by your copper tub over there still.
What?
Yeah, I need to get him up on the. I need to get him up on the wall.
What are you
Yeah.
talking
His
about?
proper place is over the tub. Do you want to
Oh,
see, Jamie?
Jamie, she's got stuff like you don't even know yet.
Let me check and make sure he's decent first.
Oh
Put your
my
pants
God,
on.
look how cute your shower is.
Can you see him?
Oh my gosh, yes. He's awesome. Yeah, somehow I have like this big Zeus face that's like over my shoulder day now.
Where's your Zeus?
Oh, it's not here. It's upstairs in my office. My brother, he was like, I got these Zeus things. I got you one. I'm like, what are you talking about? So it's like this like off-white Zeus like statue and his hair is like flowing in the wind.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah. So when I was learning about Zeus, this is funny. Like I would learn good things and I would learn bad things, right? And I would look over and I would be like, because I was like my desk was like facing right at him and he's looking at me and I'm like, you did not do that.
Because he's got the eyebrows. He's always, no matter how he's depicted, it's always the eyebrows are always the giveaway. Like, I'm so disappointed in you.
The
I'm
scout.
so
Oh,
disappointed.
his archetype does take sometimes the archetype that takes up the Zeus energy is known as the scowling one, the one that's
Mm.
always frowning. They're always pissed off.
Why is
They're
he
always
so pissed? Why is Zeus so pissed?
because it incarnates into a world of just stupid madness, and they just got
No, I'll
what in the
tell you, it was
actual
because he
hell.
couldn't keep his pickle in his pants and he was constantly running around. And when he had a perfectly good woman in Hera, and that was a whole different. So I'm just saying, he
He
got
didn't
himself
contain
into
his
his
pickle.
own fix.
I would say that what I've read about this pickle energy, and sometimes if they don't contain the energy, like real dumb things happen, like fires and stuff. And I would just say like they should probably anybody that encompasses the archetypal energy should just understand having the right energy with your pickle energy is important. Pickleball energy.
It's a dance. It's definitely a dance. It's a dance. Uh, lead and surrender and lead and surrender and lead and surrender.
Surrender.
Well, right. I mean, it
I
is.
just
It's a
want peace. I give up. Where's the white flag? Where's the white
Where's the
flag?
white?
Right.
Yeah, white flag.
I give up. I surrender.
Well, shit, because I have no desire to lead. I was just fun and I was just
Oh, this dance was just starting. I'm sorry you're tired.
I'm just gonna sit this one out. I'll get you next time around. Next time.
Yeah, yeah. I understand this. I do. Yeah, so do you guys feel like we had a good talk tonight? I mean, do we have to have more talk?
We have to.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like we are very good at doing this. We could talk
I think
forever.
I think it would. I definitely a lot of fun. Definitely enjoying myself for sure.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're just supposed to talk, and we're supposed to bring more people to open our fractals, to stimulate us, to make us question our own thoughts, and then we merge it with more and more, and it just keeps merging more and more.
Shazam!
I have a half screen going. I typed in Zeus so I could look at like all the different pictures of him while we were talking about him, right? And it's him standing with that. I was like, wait a minute, I have that in here. I don't have that.
Hold on. I'm gonna go grab something really quick because I got something today and I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
If you insist. If you
Show and
insist,
tell.
I am going to hold on. Because now I'm just walking around my house.
What else do you know about Zeus since we're talking about him and I'm looking at him? What would you tell people about Zeus?
I would tell people about Zeus is that the sea is my life. I'm very connected to the Zeus energy because of my Navy experience, and my first ship really resonates with me, right? And so I just resonate with that energy, and it's just, to me, that signal is like, oh my gosh, some of the things I'm interacting are from the water. They're from the ocean, and so it's important to understand the things from under the sea would like us to be a little kinder to the earth, please. They want us to do that.
Please. Pretty please.
Mhm. Yeah. What are you going to tell us, Shelly?
Can you see? It's a
Mhm.
drink.
Oh, is this the oval one?
It's the one that's shaped like an egg. Look at that.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
love
seen
it.
one like that.
I
It's
love
like
it.
a red egg. I've never seen one this shape either. Although I'm sure they must come in like all kinds of weird. But still, I was very happy to see that
Where
it was
did you
egg.
find it at?
I ordered it. I don't know. Have you ever seen that one guy on TikTok, Seventh Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered it from him. So I got a book, and it's the feasting of the ancestors. So I got a little shell and some sustainably harvested sweetgrass, cedar, and sage, and his book.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He sent it like that? That's really cool. Or is it you had to like buy all the extra stuff?
No, I got like a package. He
That's
has
all.
like varying different packages. And yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna read the book and I'm gonna start feasting the ancestors.
That's awesome. I'm gonna get that book. Because I think that's what we're dealing with. A lot of what we're dealing with.
Very, very much so. It's energy will keep traveling until, well, it just keeps traveling. And right now, the stuff that's traveling is the stuff that we have not come to terms with yet.
We're going to come to terms with it. Let's come to terms. Let's have a come to
Yeah, we have many steps, many steps, many steps.
Are you in your kitchen?
Anthony, what are you doing in the dark? You weirdo.
Weirdo.
You nerd.
I'm being a nerd.
I'm
You have your
just kidding.
rollerblades
I love
on?
you, and I'm teasing.
You know what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
Probably the
I was-
dishes.
I was loading the dishwasher.
I freaking just said it.
Well, I think that's appropriate use of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm double. I'm
Multitasking.
Yeah, we're cleaning collective consciousness together. And like, that is me using the maternal mother energy. She showed me that these women are like multitaskers. They can do everything. So we got to do everything. If I can do everything.
Dude, women are exactly that. They are.
Mhm.
They can multitask.
I
But you
know.
multitask too.